I've been fucking around with my hair. I washed it last night and it's just like a fluffy mess. And I hate it right now. I just hate my hair right now. I love the color. Like, not the regrowth, the color, but I just, oh, it's so annoying. Anyway, hi. Sorry to just, you know, start the video off like that, but I don't know, guys. I'm just in the mood to talk Mafia. All right, I don't know what I'm calling this. I don't even really know what this is, like my favorite Mafia series of all time. I don't know. But I'm reading new Mafia at the moment. I'm back in my Mafia mood, and if you know me and you follow my channel, I go through stages where I binge read Mafia and then I'm over it. So I'm reading it at the moment. I've reread some of my favorites, and I just wanted to do a favorite Mafia series video. I will do a favorite standalones very soon, so keep your eye out for that, because we're, you know, focusing on the Mafia life again. It's just fascinating to me how like popular Mafia romances are in the world, no matter where we live. It's so funny. Like, we all love it. We absolutely love it. So without further ado, let's jump into it. I keep looking over at my bookshelf because I'm staring at all the beautiful Mafia books that are right in front of me that I'm about to show you, okay? I've suggested most of these books already before, so if you've watched my other Mafia related videos, they will be familiar to you. But I don't even care, you know what I mean? I just want to kind of show them and be like, fuck, I love these. Like, these are my absolute favorite Mafia books, especially series. Nothing tops these to me. Nothing does. And there is a fresh new series in this stack here that I'm reading at the moment that I really am liking, and this author as well. Okay, let's go. Let's get into it. Actually, before I even get into it, people are going to say Ruthless People. I love that series too, but it's not my top. It's not my top, but I have read it, and I suggest you watch all my other Mafia related videos. I'll leave like the links to them at the end of the video before you suggest Mafia books to me, because I get people suggesting books all the time to do with Mafia, and it's like, maybe I've read that. Would it be a Mafia video with me without recommending the Born in Blood Mafia Chronicles from Cora Riley? This is hands down my #1 Mafia romance series. Nothing can top this. Well, the spin-off can, but this was where like my love for Mafia really got intense. I had read some standalones and some other series and stuff, but then I read this and I was like, wow, I'm obsessed. So it's a big fucking series. If you haven't read this, I don't know where you're at, baby. I really don't know where you're at. The books are stunning. The couples are amazing. It's a whole world, baby. It's a whole world set in New York. There's drama, arranged marriage, marriage of convenience, age gap, taboo, forbidden romance, like all the tropes you can think of, they're in this series. But I just wanted to point out two of my favorites. Book 1 is Luca and Aria, and this is where the beginning blossomed, baby, and this is still one of my favorite books from the series, and obviously it was my gateway into this series. I love Luca and Aria. They are frustrating. Their love is insane. They have 2 books in the series. So we've got Bound by Honor, which is the first book, and Bound by Love, which is the 5th book, I'm pretty sure. So that's both about them, and I loved every minute of it. But this is a book from the series that I definitely feel like people sleep on. I know it's like a lot of people's least favorite, but I loved Bound by Temptation. This is a bodyguard romance. It's about Lily, who is Aria's younger sister, and she has like a romance, a fling with one of the main members of the New York Mafia, and it is Aria's bodyguard. So he gets put in charge of looking after her a lot of the time as well when she goes and stays with Aria and Luca. And yeah, it's forbidden because she's a mob princess and he's just a bodyguard, and also the age gap. And the fact that like Lily isn't a part of the New York Mafia yet. She's still a part of the Chicago outfit, and it's a bit of a no-no because her dad's got other plans. But I absolutely love the Born in Blood. It's just one series that, I don't know, it feels like home every time I reread it. You know, it just, the couples, their dynamics, their relationships, like, they're like family to me. It's so weird. You know, they would be my family if I was like an Italian mob princess, but I'm not, clearly. And I don't live in New York either. I live in Melbourne in Australia, and I'm not Italian, you know. So that life is so far from me. So far out of reach. It'll never be a thing. But I can live it through the fictional world. Then we have the Kimura Chronicles, which is a spin-off series to The Born in Blood, and this is set in Las Vegas, and you get to know some of these characters in The Born in Blood. So if you do read Born in Blood, you should read this after, and don't just read this without reading The Born in Blood, okay? You're with me? I love the Kimura because they have like a different outlook. The way that they run the mafia and the way their family is very new age, and it's been modernized, where the Born in Blood is definitely old school or like Italian New York mafia. Where in Las Vegas, baby, it's hip hop happening. You know what I mean? It's all new and different. So my favorites are these three. I love them so much. So the first one is Twisted Emotions. It's about Kiara and Nino. Their arranged marriage is one of my favorites I've ever read. And then we have Twisted Pride, which is Remo and Serafina, and it is a captive romance, kidnapping captive romance. And then Twisted Bonds, which takes place after the Twisted Emotions, during Twisted Pride, and after as well. And this is Nino and Kiara again. I recently reread Nino and Kiara, and it just sparked my love for mafia all over again. It's my comfort book. These are my comfort books. These are my go-tos. I love them so much. My next favorite series is this one right here. So this is the Boston Underworld series by A. Zavarelli. So this is not the Italian mob. This is the Irish mob in Boston. And I've said this before on my channel, but I don't particularly enjoy reading Irish mob stories. I don't know what it is. I just prefer Italian or Russian, but this is funky fresh because it's like Irish, but then there is also Russian characters in this series. So my favorite one is Crow, which is the first one, but then, oh, where is it? Reaper. Reaper is my favorite. Like, I love Crow, but Reaper, baby, and they're nice sized books too. They're not too big. Reaper is, man, one of my book boyfriends. Honestly, he's a psychopath. He's a sociopath, baby. He is crazy. He is not okay in the skull, but I loved every minute of him. I ate him up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I was still starved, you know. It didn't suppress the hunger. I wanted more from him. Yeah. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites in the Boston Underworld series. I don't see that Mafia series being talked about often. I'll link some videos down below if you're interested in watching any more about that series where I've spoken about it, where I've gone in depth about the plot and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely not talked about as much. And then we have the Maid series by Danielle Laurie. I like this better than the Boston Underworld. Like, this is close up with the Born in Blood and the Kimura Chronicles. I don't particularly like the Sweetest Oblivion. I DNF'd it. But these two, stop. Honestly, fuck me up, man. They're both Russian. So of course I'll be over here swooning like a fucking idiot. Anyway, yeah, so we got the Mass Obsession, which is about a dirty Fed, a Russian dirty Fed who has a situation go down with the New York Mafia's Misso, his wife, and then the one and only Ronan, who is the love of my life. It is probably one of the most hardest things to deal with, finding the love of your life and not being able to be with them. And it's not just because I'm in Australia and he's in Russia, it's because he's not real. This will never be a thing. Even if I was to go to Russia, just be like, Ronan, does anyone know where Ronan is? They wouldn't be able to give me any direction on where to find him because he's not real. So this is Ronan. Like, you fall in love with him as soon as you see that. You know what I mean? Like, I look at that and I'm like, I would drool. Like, I'd just drool all over you because you are stunning. So this is about Mila and Ronan. Mila goes to Moscow looking for her father because her father's been in Moscow for a couple months and bumps into Ronan, and Ronan is everything and more, but then he soon becomes something that she didn't expect. So yes, it's very hard to to process and to like just come to terms with the fact that he won't ever be a thing for me. Stop it. Then we have the Brutal Birthright series from Sophie Lark. I've only got one paperback. I've already suggested this. So this book here is an arranged marriage. It's about the Irish mob. It's about the Italian mob. It's about the Russian mob. It's about the Polish mob. This series has them all. They're all hanging out together. Okay, they're all like having all these like issues and inconveniences and like arranged marriages and shit go wrong. The Brutal Prince is about an Italian girl and an Irish mob dude that, you know, form an alliance and get married. But this isn't the book I want to talk about. I just finished this one last night and it started a thing. It started a thing and I don't know what to do because I'm obsessed with this motherfucker. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, like loosely, between one of the Irish siblings that you meet in the first book and the Polish mob boss. Okay, and I thought I had a thing for Russians, but now I have a thing for Polish men too, and I'm just down here like, oh my fucking god, what have I done to myself? He is, and this is the thing, these authors try to write scary men, and it's like, they're not even scary. This one though, he's not kind, honey. He's not kind at all, okay? And you know, he kidnaps this girl. And she's like, oh, fuck. I was on Instagram quite a bit over the weekend expressing my annoyance with this book because she did dumb shit like most heroines in these books do dumb shit. Like at one point, like I said on Instagram, I'll repeat myself. So I was reading this scene where she was like, because she was allowed to walk around the mansion and just hang out. Like she wasn't going anywhere. She couldn't really go anywhere. You know, and like she doesn't speak Polish, so she didn't really know what the fuck they were saying. And like they could kind of go about their job, like being mobsters and shit, and go about doing their work and day without her interference because like it was a language barrier. But she ends up learning Polish and doesn't tell them. Anyway, and she's walking around and she hears a conversation. She hears a conversation and she stops to listen in on it. First off, big mistake, okay, honey? You don't stop and try and hear what they're saying. You keep going because it's not your business and you don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to get in trouble. You just keep fucking walking. It's not your business. You don't need to know. You don't need to know. You save your life and you keep on going. But no, this dumb bitch stops to listen. And you know, these Polish mobsters, they've got their wits about them, okay? They know what's up. They sense when someone's watching them. And he turns around, the main dude, Miko, whatever his fucking name is, turns around and he is not happy, Jan. He's not happy that she's listening to him. Oh, you know, it's just, Anyway, they got it on. I finished the book last night. Incredible. The sex was so good. So good, like it was almost painful to read. I had to keep closing the book because I was like, I'm never gonna experience this and I'm so sad that I won't. You know what I mean? Like I will never experience this. Anyway, I've stopped with these two books in this series. I will continue, but she also has, Sophie Lark has a bunch of other Mafia series and I started reading one last night that I'm gonna talk about in a new video coming soon. I'm already obsessed and it's Russian too. And I'm just like, for fuck's sake, this bitch just knows where I'm at. You know what's hilarious too with some of you guys that actually live in Russia? Like some of you girls, like you'll message me and you'll be like, girl, are you okay? Like they're not really like that, okay? And I'm like, yeah, I know, but don't burst my bubble. Don't burst my fucking bubble. Let me think they're like that, okay? Let me think that they're like that, okay? Like even last night when I was swooning over this Polish mobster on Instagram, my friend from Poland, Anna, she's an author too, but she messaged me and she was just like, babe, sorry to break it to you, but like, yeah, they can be really attractive, but they're not like that here. And I'm like, okay, I know, Anna, but don't fucking burst my bubble. Yet again, why are you trying to burst my bubble? Let me believe that they are and let me fucking swoon over fictional men that I think may exist. You know, anyway, really good. Sophie Lark's a really good author. Like she's only been writing for 2 years. She's got tons of book, very mafia, very criminal syndicate, bad men, good heroines, and I'm really enjoying her books. So this kind of inspired me to talk about this series, because even though I've only read 2 from that series and I've started another book from another series of hers, I feel like she's a top tier romance author, especially with the mafia trope. So if you haven't read her stuff, please look into it, and I would suggest picking up The Brutal Prince or The Stolen Heir, because it's amazing. Okay, that's it for my favorite mafia series. Again, like I have so many. You can honestly watch so many other videos of mine where I reel off tons and tons. I do want to do a standalone video though, because I've done that for just regular like contemporary dark romance and new adult, but I would like to do one for mafia, like my top standalones. And at the moment I'm going through a standalone stage, and I'm really into mafia, so hopefully I'll come across some really good standalones to suggest to you as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to get a video up before I go back to work. I'm back to work not tomorrow, the following day, which is kind of good because my routine is so out of whack. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I've been going to bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Why? Because my partner is away working. He's gone away. And I can't, it sounds ridiculous, but like he disciplines me. Not what you're thinking. It's not what you're thinking. But like, he keeps me in a routine, and without him keeping me in a routine, I'm wild, baby. I'm not okay. Okay, I'm not an okay human. I'm wild. I am frantic and impulsive, and I have insomnia, and I'm crazy as fuck. So he kind of keeps me like in line with normal society, so I don't actually lose the rest of my marbles. There's not many left, but sanity, I still have it. I still have some sanity left. I haven't reached insanity. It could happen one day. But yeah, so I'm excited to get back to work. Anyway, you don't care. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching. What's your favorite mafia series? What's your favorite? I want to know, baby. Link it down below, or like post a comment down below. Thumbs this video up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon with some fresh new book recommendations. All right? Have a good day. I'll see you in my next video.